And welcome back to your favorite and only, I hope, movie review podcast, The Movie Hoppers. And we have the. You don't get to cheer. You've lost your
Oh,
cheering privileges.
I'm sorry.
You're not. But we do
You're
have
right.
the original Hoppers for this very unspecial episode where we review.
It's me.
It is. So we've heard.
Yes.
The
Mm-hmm.
tabloids are correct. You came back. Um,
I'm back.
uh, b-
Back, baby.
back in the New York groove. But yeah, we saw Toy Story 4. That's a thing that
Yep.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotta ask. I gotta ask the question. What did you think of it?
What did I think of it?
Oh, what
I
did?
enjoyed it. Broke my heart at the end,
Oh,
but
I didn't know you had
I
feelings.
yeah,
This is new.
it was good. It was like I did enjoy this movie.
Mm.
What did you think?
Oh man, very concise. It's gonna be one of those episodes where we have nothing to complain about. But I thought the movie was good. I feel like that this movie was kind of made out of a want for money more than
Right.
the need for another one. Because I feel like Toy Story 3 was kind of supposed to be the
That
conclusion.
that was a good cap off. Good
Yeah,
send off series.
but Pixar smelled blood in the water, I guess, so they just went for it. Um, but yeah, it was good. Um, I remember watching the first one a lot as a kid. I don't remember the second one. Well, actually, I do remember the second one, and the third one was good too. And this
Alice
one,
Toy Barn. Alice Toy Barn was the second one.
oh yeah, that one,
Uh,
and
that one.
this one was it was good. I don't like what they did to Buzz Lightyear. Um,
I didn't like that either. Like,
his whole arc with like the bears voiced by Key and Peele. If you did not know that, um, that whole arc to me just felt gimmicky, and I kind of felt that kind of stuff was above Pixar. But I guess not. But I did like the Spork. I like that character. Um,
although Buzz's character kind of was like very much a side character in this movie.
yeah,
Normally, he is more of a main character, but in
yeah,
this one, he was kind of pushed off a little. It was more Bo Peep and Woody
yeah.
this time around.
Yeah, but I just don't think they managed the B plot well, in my
Right.
opinion. I thought that was kind of a weak point.
And
Um
they really dumbed down his character too. Like,
yeah.
they made him not be able to think for himself, and
Yeah,
even
the
though
whole
we've
voice
seen
thing.
him be able to think in the past movies. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen him come up with plans. We've seen him actually articulate thoughts and things, and
Mhm.
this one did not have that at all.
Well,
And I was a little confused about it. I'm like, I didn't know why they made this character into this. You know,
yeah.
you'd think take over a leadership role with the bears and duck thing,
I mean,
but it didn't.
I feel like in the movie the only character that really developed like at all was like Woody. Um
Yeah,
I feel like in most of the other movies, you have multiple characters developing and learning new things. They just kind of focused all of their efforts on Woody in this one. Um, I guess
maybe a little bit of peep.
yeah, maybe a little bit, but once she's introduced, you
It's that
know,
right.
yeah. I mean, is I think that was an interesting choice. Um, I felt like the movie, in my opinion, kind of dragged whenever the Spork wasn't on screen. Because I really liked the Spork. I don't know, I just liked his design and his voice was good. And I felt like the movie kind of dragged a bit. Did you get that feeling at all? Maybe I'm
A
insane.
little bit, I guess. They were really, really hammering down on that relationship between Bo and Woody.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. It's like, okay, I get it. They were like flirting a little in the first movie, and then they got separated, and then they got separated again, and then rekindling, came back together, trying to rekindle that little spark they had in the beginning, and trying to reintroduce new thoughts, new ideas, new feelings, and such. And yeah, it was kind of boring a little bit.
Yeah.
Like not well, not boring, I guess, but
Hmm.
it's just like a drag,
Yeah.
definitely.
I feel like this movie has like a lot of assets that it just doesn't like utilize to the full extent. Like, kind of wish the spork was a bigger deal. Duke Kaboom. Do you know who voiced Duke Kaboom?
Good old Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, baby. Fucking love Duke Kaboom, even though he was in two scenes.
Love
Um,
him so much.
yeah.
I would I would die for him.
Yeah, me too. I'm guessing you did not stick around for the like what happened after the credits.
No, I couldn't.
No. I assumed not because after the credits, they have the Pixar logo and they have Duke on the bike and he replaces the little lamp thing. And I was like,
I,
ah,
I don't know.
I like that. But yeah, I feel like they should have brought in Duke earlier on to use him more because he was a good
Mm,
character.
yeah, and like that nightclub thing.
Yeah, that nightclub
I
that
was
was
like,
cool.
okay,
Why were we only in
yeah,
that for one scene?
I know. That should be bigger. Like it was only right there, and then they were done just
Yeah.
to get Duke Boom. I'm like, please, come on, that was cool. They have a whole underground thing in an antique shop, and you don't talk about that.
Well,
It's just like, oh yeah, this is the thing that exists, and this is how we're gonna get these characters. And I'm like, please, no, more.
more please, spare coochie. But one of my problems I always had with the Toy Story movies is that they are incredibly creative, but since they're toys, they can't get around a lot. So there are very little set pieces in the films, and I feel like that this one I think kind of had the same problem, especially Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 had like one set piece the entire movie. But
Yeah.
this one I like all the new toy designs and all the things they created. It's just that there just wasn't enough, I guess. I just wish that they could think of more creative situations to throw the toys in to, make the set pieces more interesting or whatever. I don't know. It's probably just like a me thing. But I did like the design of all the new toys. I thought those were the most interesting parts, like the toys you haven't seen before. I liked
Right.
those designs, like even the ones that were kind of annoying after a while, like the little cop character. Um,
Yeah.
I thought that kind of got annoying after a while, but I still like the design. I just like the designs of these guys. It was
Hmm.
pretty good. How about you?
Yeah.
You speak your mind. I've been running my mouth for 8 minutes. You go.
I did quite enjoy the new designs,
Mhm.
but like for the set piece, it's not like they can go around and go into different places too often,
Yeah.
right? Because like they are focused on like, oh, this thing is in this one spot, so we have to maneuver to get to there,
Hmm.
and so I understand why they're in like the one spot, but yeah, I do get like, yeah,
Yeah.
they could have been on the road, I
I
guess, a little bit more and
I
like
mean,
traveled to different spots.
especially with the nightclub scene, it kind of showed that the movie is willing to just totally break down any rules of space or like physics to kind
Right.
of get its way. So I kind of wish it could have done that more to make some new set pieces or something. It's kind of like the
Mhm.
vending machine in Toy Story 3, I guess. That was interesting, but
Yeah.
they only really have one of those interesting parts once per movie, which I think is a
Right.
shame. But yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So I really hated the bunny and duck after a while.
Yeah,
Like
well,
that character really got on my nerves.
Yeah,
Like after the first couple scenes,
they're like
like
gimmicky.
why? Like I didn't understand why they just followed Buzz. Like they didn't need to do that. They could have just stayed in the place. They could have stayed in the
Well,
what's
the
it called, stand,
yeah, well,
the game stand.
the reason
But they
why
didn't.
they followed Buzz was because Buzz was the reason they got knocked off of the stand, and they
Yes,
thought Buzz could get him back up, and then they
but
stuck
why
around
didn't
with.
they just do that
I
themselves?
guess they.
Because
I don't know. I guess they couldn't. I don't know. They're stubby.
could they not like realize that they? It's like, oh yeah, we can just like go back up and like hook ourselves back in. Like they could have done that, and they could have not had that character because it was so unnecessary. It was an unnecessary character,
Yeah.
and it just got so it was so annoying. Like all the jokes were so dumb. It was so dumb, they kept repeating that one joke in the antique store, and I'm like, all right, I get it,
Yeah.
I get it. It's funny, haha. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, like no bad vibes, Jordan Peele, but like, God, that character sucked. It was
And
such a bad character.
Key was there too, whatever his name is, Keegan, whatever. You don't see
Yeah,
him a lot. But I guess the problem with that character is one, it kind of was just a way to plug celebrities, I guess.
yeah,
And two, um, this is, I guess it's still a kids movie. It's still G, even though it shouldn't be. I'll talk about that later. I need to go on a rant. But it's still like kids movie, and those characters were the comic relief, and any joke in a kids movie is gonna be very tiring and annoying to most people above the age of 10. So I'm not defending the
use
fact that they're
a
there.
different character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I'm not defending the fact that they're there because I don't think a movie like Toy Story really even needs a comic relief. But I'm just saying I don't think there could have been a way they could have made a comic relief not annoying, because it's a kids movie. They can't go too far.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Yeah,
But
that's my
God,
idea.
man, it was so bad. It broke the entire flow of whatever they were trying to do, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay, let's just hop back on the tracks, continue the scene.
One quick question: Are you familiar with the MPAA at all, and their whole deal?
No, not really.
Okay, so they're the ratings people, right? They rate the movies,
Okay.
PG, G, whatever,
Right.
and they are owned by like the big seven or maybe six now, I guess, because Disney owns Fox. Disney, Universal, Warner Bros, whatever. They were made back in the 50s to prevent government censorship. And that's all well and good. But now I feel a bit after seeing Cars 2 and this movie, I feel a bit like Disney might be giving themselves some special treatment because they are partial owners.
Oh,
They probably have a lot more power than any other group that is in control of the MPAA. I feel like
they pretty
um
much have a monopoly on
yeah,
everything.
but I feel like it's not fair. This movie I think should have been PG. I've seen movies become PG for much, much less, and this movie had jump scares in it, it had chase scenes in it, it had characters in peril in it, and I know I sound like a stickler, and trust me, I am anti censorship for all art altogether. I'm just saying that if you're gonna have a ratings board, it shouldn't be biased towards any company that owns it, and I feel like that if another company made Toy Story, or if this was a new property, this movie would have gotten a PG, and I feel like that is not right. But yeah, that's just my rant. So, yeah.
Hold on. What would be the difference between a G rating and a PG rating? Like, if it got a PG rating, what would change?
I just feel like that, I don't know if much would change. It's just, a matter of principle. I think Disney wanted a G rating just so they could get the preschool audience and stuff like that, so they
Okay.
could hit on all of
Get
those
more money.
cylinders. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they
All right.
just to keep up an image. I think Disney
Yeah.
just wanted to keep up their image. Um, but yeah, I it's not really even like a big deal. It's just for me, it's a matter of principle. And the MPAA, they have been caught with their pants down in the past, and whenever their pants are down, I'm gonna call them out again. So yeah, that's just my little rant. If you
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I highly
Calling out the
recommend.
big corporations.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend a movie called This Film Is Not Yet Rated. It's genius and it shows how fucked up the whole thing is. But yeah, Toy Story 4. Let's talk about that. That's a movie we just saw. What?
Yeah.
Okay, we've been. Well, I guess we did go to. We talked about positives and negatives this time around. Wow, very
Wow.
very impressed in us.
How about that?
Let me think. What else is there to talk about with this one though?
Um, I felt like sometimes when like Bo Peep was reintroduced, it got a little scattered a little bit,
Like how
you
so?
know? Like like Woody was like in that playground area kind
Hmm.
of, and like he was lost and such, and then it's like, oh, Bo Peep shows up and it's like, oh wow, I'm gonna follow you now, and then it's like just following her and wherever she goes, and like I don't know, it was like a little weird. It was like a little like very diverted, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I think that might play into why we thought the film kind of dragged because I feel like when movies have like so many plot lines, they become mismanaged, and the whole
Yeah.
film kind of suffers as a result. I think that kind of plays into that. Um, I feel like the whole Buzz Lightyear B plot didn't have to happen. It
It really
didn't.
didn't.
It wasn't. I was not entertained. I thought the movie just slowed right down anytime Buzz was on screen. Buzz's character was not developed. If anything, it was damaged. the
Right.
the bunny and whatever the stuffed animals. If you had to have a Key and Peele cameo or whatever, you could have just had the scene where they broke in and whatever. That's when they're there. I just did not like that. I feel like if the movie was more streamlined and focused on the story with Woody, Bo Peep, and the spork, um, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. It's not like this movie was really even like it didn't really need padding because it's like what 1 hour 40 minutes and
Yeah.
kids movies can kids movies are lucky they can get away with being like 70 minutes and still
Mhm.
getting that theatrical release. And I just feel like the Buzz plotline just felt like unnecessary padding. It made the movie feel so much more longer than it had to. It was just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Probably the my biggest problem with the movie was just that whole plot line, and that it doesn't even have a that plot line doesn't even, I guess, is it like an arc or something? I don't know. It doesn't have an
Honestly, it breaks the character arc.
it doesn't have its own ending either.
It doesn't. It's
So
like
so
it's
what's
just
the point?
a thing. It's just a regression of his character.
Yeah, it drags everything down. I just wonder why they even had that in because it would have been a much better movie without
Yeah.
that. Because I feel like that whole plot line was just like a comic relief. Just that whole plot line. It's
Yeah.
just supposed to be for chuckles, and Pixar is in holds itself and its fans holds them to a much higher standard than having an entire plotline just be for Nux. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of disappointing that they had
Yeah.
that in at all.
Disappointing and unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you know what I noticed?
What?
The focus of okay, so in the beginning,
Hmm.
the main focus was about Forky and Woody and their issues and like them fighting or not like fighting, but Woody's problem with the focus of Bonnie on the Forky,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like once Bo Peep entered the scene, the whole focus on like Woody and Forky and Bonnie, that storyline was completely disregarded pretty much and focused on Woody and Bo Peep relationship instead. And at the end, I felt it like the whole story was with Forky was kind of forgotten and the main focus of the movie was now with Bo Peep and Woody,
Mm.
which it I don't think it should have been because it should be like with Forky and Woody and his issues and like yes, like Bo Peep did help Woody like with overcoming his issues with being like the favorite toy
Yeah.
and like the number one. And obviously he's not that anymore, but it shouldn't like the whole like arc shouldn't be around Bo Peep and Woody. It should have been around Forky and Woody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
Bo
didn't.
Peep helped. It should have been like a help, but not the whole driving force.
Yeah. I didn't notice that in particularly, but I think that kind of taps in to how I wanted more of Forky. That character just in general, I wanted more of him. I think that what you're saying kind of taps into that. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. Just I feel like the movie just might have a focus problem, which
Yeah,
is kind of disappointing.
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, because it could have been just such like there was just so much more potential here that is just kind of not you just kind of just
Disregarded.
yeah disregarded I guess because they had these other things and
Mhm.
they didn't really have focus. I don't know, kind of well maybe that's why Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 kind of had and well kind of Toy Story 1 but mostly 2 and 3 had all the characters in like one place at the same time.
Mhm.
um Maybe this is why, because I don't know, maybe the writers just have trouble focusing, and maybe that's why I personally found Toy Story 3 to be kind of small scale, small stakes, kind of
Mhm.
when I was a kid I almost saw it as uncinematic because it was just so small, but that movie was focused on one thing, and now Toy Story 4 has arguably a bigger scale, um, although not huge, it's still bigger.
Right.
It has trouble with focus, so maybe I don't know. Maybe that even plays into the fact that they didn't really plan to make this movie, so they didn't think they would have enough content, so they kind of just had all these things planned out, and the
So they really
writers
shouldn't have made the movie.
they shouldn't have
If they
made.
can't think, they shouldn't have made it.
No, well, this
They
movie,
should have just left it at three. Left it at
yeah,
three, a good solid trilogy, and then it's done.
yeah,
All the arcs are done. And then you don't need to fix anything. It's already solid. It's already done.
yeah,
But obviously they want more money, so it's like, hey, let's continue the story. Let's focus a little bit on Bonnie here and make a kind of a good story, but it's not very cohesive. Even though we're probably like really we like that business really needs to hire good writers, so we
hmm
need to have a good cohesive story. But we're not going to do that because the business wants money better more than a better story.
yeah. Um, I guess my friend said it best. At the end, I turned to her and I was like, "So how do you like it?" And he's like, "That was unnecessary, but it was still good." I guess
Yeah,
that's just kind of
that
the
sums
whole.
it up pretty well.
I'm surprised that the movie. I guess I'll just keep doing this for every episode. But I'm surprised this movie's getting such good reviews. 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's it's pretty good. I'm surprised most people kind
I
of
doubt critics are nitpicking it as much as we are, though.
yeah, but I mean even if we weren't nitpicking it, it was still slow, and it
Right.
dragged, so that's still like a problem. Um, I don't know.
But it's Toy Story.
Yeah,
It's like the best thing in Pixar and Disney. It's great.
Yeah. Um.
Obviously, it's 100% instantly, but then we'll drop it down a couple points, not to seem like we are praising it too much,
Yeah.
you know, but it's still a great movie. It's
Um.
Toy Story.
Yeah. I guess I'm glad. Pixar said that they are like after Toy Story 4 and Frozen. Oh no, not Frozen 2. That's Disney, not Pixar. They said that they are focusing more on original movies. I guess that's
Oh
a good
wow.
thing.
What's that? An original thing? That's
Oh,
crazy.
from Pixar.
Whoa.
But
Well, slow down there, Pixar. You sure you want to make originals that could flop? Why don't you just continue the stories for the next 50 years?
yeah, that might actually involve effort. But no, this isn't like as bad as if most animated animation companies were to make a sequel. Like name three good, consistently good companies like that are in animation right now.
Isn't Disney like the only one?
Pretty much, yeah, that's the thing. But I'm just saying, I feel like if
Lucasfilms? Not
Lucasfilms, yeah,
Lucasfilms.
they're not
Not what's it called? The what's the Secret Life of Pets thing? Illumination.
Illumination. I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know if I would call them good.
that's like that's an animating thing. I'm
Yeah,
not
well,
saying it's good, but that's another
oh no,
animation thing.
I said three good, like that are consistently making quality content.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but
Yeah, Disney
I
then.
there's like none, and I feel like if any other animation company right now were to make a sequel to any of their franchises, it wouldn't be as good as this one. Because Secret Life of Pets 2 wasn't good. Despicable Me 2 wasn't as good. What else? The Sony said that they're gonna make a sequel to the Spider-Verse movie. Not excited for that, despite the fact that it's top 10 of my last year movies. The Spider-Man movie. I feel like
Hmm.
this is not great, but as far as sequels go, I guess it's not awful.
It's not
Could
terrible.
have been worse considering it's a
Yeah.
sequel. So I guess I can't complain about that.
And
Um,
still, it's the fourth movie. You know, they're kind of
yeah,
running out of ideas at this
yeah,
point.
I can see that.
Running
Yeah,
out of,
but do you wanna jump into the s- uh,
spoilers.
yeah, sure.
All right.
So, um,
So,
is this gonna be the last one? In your opinion, is this it? That did they really bury the hatchet this time around?
well, they left it open for like they left the ending pretty open. So, I don't know.
More open
I
than Toy
really hope there's
Story
not a
3.
next one, but there's most likely probably already in the works
Mm,
for a fifth movie.
fuck. I mean, like, Toy Story 3 had, I think, a more definitive ending than this one.
Very much so. Yes.
So, like,
Because he was giving them away. He was giving the toys away,
yeah.
going on to the next person, and they're starting a new life with the next kid. And
Hmm.
it should have ended because he was ending the connection with Andy. It was ended. He was going
Yeah.
off to college, he grew up, and that was over.
Hmm.
Everything was done. And it should have stayed done with the
Yeah.
third movie.
It should definitely 100%. Um yeah, that's the issue here. We don't know if there's going to be a Toy Story 5. Um
But there's probably going to be one.
it's, I don't know.
Because it's like, oh look, Woody's not with the group anymore. He's with Bo Peep and Keanu Reeves and the
Key
Key and
and
Peele
Peele. Yeah.
and the cop and is that it?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
I think there's
there
probably
you go.
another one, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
got that
like
new crew, new story,
I don't
new
know.
adventures. Oh
Stupid.
boy.
Or they'll do like a Secret Life of Pets 2 thing and have like a storyline with
God,
the old guys and a storyline with the new guys.
I really hope that's not
That would be
what
all.
they're
That would
gonna
be really
do.
bad. That would be
Oh
really bad. But
boy.
yeah, I don't
Here in
want the.
the one day, hey, guess what?
That's not gonna be. I just don't.
Rex has been taken away, and all the rest of the dino toys that Bonnie has been
Fucking
put into a
Rex.
circus.
Why would they make a fifth movie based around Vex? Nobody cares about Vex.
Because, because it's a new movie, new story, and they're running out of ideas.
Yeah. Um. What else? My one problem with this movie is that everybody loves Pixar and their nice little morals and their nice little lessons and their themes. This movie to me did not have a consistent like theme, I
Yeah,
guess, because
like
people are saying the
it was.
theme is like I saw something that said, "Oh, this is the first Pixar movie about life," and I'm like, "What the fuck
No.
does that mean?" No, I
Have they ever watched another Pixar movie? They're all about life.
I think
Like each one is about life and the hardships and struggles.
I think it would have been interesting if they were to really go into Sporky's whole like I'm alive complex. I think that's what the
Yeah,
writer of the article I read was going for. Um, the whole Sporky's complex, but that doesn't stick around for long enough to become a central theme. By the halfway point of the movie, it's completely forgotten, and it becomes about like Woody's kind of I guess purpose. I guess they're kind of like interchangeable, but I don't know. I feel like the focus of the movie just is not there. And of course, you know, whenever you went to the Buzz Lightyear side plot, just no themes at all. It was just Buzz Lightyear going from point A to point B. I just feel like the focus was not there for a strong Pixar message or theme.
right.
I just didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, like it kind of like I don't know, like 75% was Woody dealing with the separation
Mhm.
and grief of
Yeah.
losing Andy and trying to fit in and trying to like cope with not being a favorite anymore. Like that was a big part, but then it was like also focused on that doll, the Gabby
Yeah.
doll,
Gabby. Yeah. Gabby.
like
Gabby.
her issues, and I'm like, okay, but then she was like there and then given away at the end, so she doesn't even matter.
Yeah. I. I don't know. I just don't know why they did that. But do you think uh, Woody? Here's a question. Um, do you think that Woody uh did the right thing by giving his voice box to the Gabby Gabby doll? Would you do the same thing in his situation? Yes or no?
To get Forky back, I mean, like he did it to get Forky back,
Yeah. Well,
and
he also
he
kind
like
of.
at that point, I think he understood that he is not the favorite and Forky is the favorite,
Yeah.
and it's more important for Forky to live on and him to not have his voice box
Yeah.
than it was to for him to keep his voice box. So I think he made the right decision.
Yeah, I thought that was a good thing in the movie since
Yeah.
this is our least favorite movie of all time.
Like, ooh,
A
choice.
good thing about the movie
Yeah.
was Woody does make a hard choice. He does kind of weigh, the things, and he's like, oh, you know, I don't need this anymore. I'm not the favorite. I'm gonna use this to get the favorite. Like Bonnie doesn't. In the multiple times Woody is gone, Bonnie does not notice once. Bonnie's never like, "Where's Woody?" Or "Where did he go?" Nope. He might as well be dead because Bonnie just does not notice him at all, and
Doesn't care.
he kind of understands that so sacrifice is needed. I like that. That was good. Remember,
Yeah.
kids, if you're worthless, if you think you're worthless, it's probably because you are. That's the It's a lesson of Toy Story.
Sacrifice yourself for the well-being of others.
Yeah, pretty much. You're worthless. Nobody loves you, so just, sacrifice yourself. But
Yeah,
yeah.
doesn't matter. No one cares about you. No one realizes you'll be gone. So it's okay.
Yeah. There we go. That's a Pixar message.
And you know what I
Um,
don't get is like she was really focused on getting Woody back in the third movie. You know, like,
Bonnie?
like yeah, because she was like when he was at the daycare,
Uh-huh.
he was like the only toy like she was really focused with. You
Yeah.
know, and she's like, "Oh wow, look, cowboy, look at this, it's cool. Look at this funky toy. I like this toy." And then like when Andy has the box and gives it to Bonnie at the end, she's like, "My cowboy," you know?
Yeah.
So it's like she liked Woody. Like she liked him as a toy, but then in this one it was like just completely forgotten that she had an affinity with this toy.
Wait, wait a second. So,
What?
Bonnie was in the third movie as a preschooler,
Right?
but this movie, doesn't it take place like 9 years after the third movie?
Wasn't that well, I thought the 9 years was with like Andy and stuff.
I
Like
get,
9 years ago, Andy was a kid and playing with it, and then that gave us a Bo Peep storyline, and then
yeah,
it
okay,
focused like
yeah,
going through, and then he was at college, and then Bonnie
mhm.
had the toys, and then the year later, kindergarten.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Um, but I guess her taste just kind of changed. I mean, like, um, I guess she was did did she know about what's her name, the girl cowboy? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess did she know about her in Toy Story
Yes.
3?
Yeah. At the end.
Oh, okay. At the end. Well, if it's at the end, I mean, I feel like if you I mean, if I was a guy and they're like two cowboy toys, one a guy, one a girl, I'd probably pick the guy one just because, putting myself in the shoes, I guess. So, I could understand that, I guess.
But you think that as a girl character, like she would keep them together, you know?
M-
I don't know.
maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends on what she wants to do with them. Maybe she doesn't want
Yeah.
like a romance, I guess. But,
Yeah. Who
one,
knows?
I guess since we're at the beginning of the movie, um, I like the fact that Forky kept trying to kill himself in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was that was funny.
That was good.
That was good comic relief,
That was good. Yeah, that was good
even
comic
though there was
relief.
nothing to relieve.
Yeah, Forky kept trying to commit suicide.
Yeah.
When really it should have been Woody the whole time. But we
Yeah.
don't find about that until the end. But yeah, and then at the end, I guess fucking Forky gets replaced too by the knife. Um, Circle of
What?
Life. But yeah,
What are you talking about?
what? Wait,
What?
wait a second. What do you mean? What? Forky gets Bonnie brings the knife home.
What knife?
Oh my god, you didn't get the ending. Okay, what was the last thing you saw in this movie?
They're in the RV and they're all together.
Oh no, you missed it. You missed the ending. Maybe it happened in the because in the credits were like interspliced with scenes um of like the future and stuff. So
Oh,
you didn't okay.
no, I didn't stay for the credits.
Fucking Christ. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just fill you in. Um
Okay.
okay, so there's like one where the only one that actually concerned anything is the one where it's it fast forwards in time to the end of the first day of first grade, and
Oh.
she brings home a knife that's a plastic knife that's like in the same style as Forky, Um, and like it's like the same thing that happened in this movie, except whatever the girl cowboys in the backpack, and like she made Bonnie made a new friend, and they're like, oh wow, she's making friends already, and it's like, no, she actually made a new friend and brought out a knife, and the knife was like trash, and Forky was like, no, you're a toy, I'll explain everything. And the knife was like, how am I alive? And Forky says, I don't know. And then it just kind of ends. You
So
miss.
like the end credit scene, like what he sacrificed was completely unnecessary. Then,
What do you mean? Well, yeah, I guess
like,
so. I guess Forky. That's what I mean. Forky isn't well shit. But I guess. Well, I mean, I guess not completely unnecessary, because Forky. It is still implied that Forky helps Bonnie get through kindergarten.
right?
So you know.
But then she makes a new one,
Yeah, she makes a new
so
one
it
in
doesn't
first
matter.
grade. In first
She can get
grade.
over it. She can get over it, and it doesn't matter. So what he sacrificed was completely
Oh
unnecessary.
man, I shouldn't have told you this. Okay. Well.
Like it ruins the whole movie. Then
I don't.
ruins the whole ending.
I don't see it that way, but
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you
I
said
didn't.
it. You say
I
so.
didn't. I didn't see it that way. I was a bit more optimistic.
Not on this show.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the movie Hoppers. What are we talking about? But yeah. So that happened.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, are you glad you know that? Well, are you glad that I told you? Are you?
Not really, but kind of.
Fuck. Okay. Well, I just ruined the whole movie for you.
Yep.
Um.
Good job.
Yep. That's what I do best, I guess. So yeah. Anything.
Yeah. Oh. Oh man.
Anything else
Okay.
you want to say?
Um. I don't know. Overall, I think it was okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was decent. Like, it wasn't one of their bests, but I still enjoyed it. And like the last scene where they're leaving and everyone's hugging and stuff, I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, look at that.
Wait, oh no, you mean the last scene where the knife comes in? That's the last scene
Not
you're
the
talking
last
about.
last scene. A couple scenes before the last scene. Okay, when they're all on the awning and they're all on the carousel and such, and they're all hugging and saying goodbye, and I'm like, oh, look at that, breaking my heart here.
uh,
But you know,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
I guess one more thing. I feel like the whole part where they drive the RV, which is was just way too far fetched for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you would think the dad would look down and be like, "Oh, look, toys are
Yeah, that would
are with
explain
the
everything.
oh, look, toys at the pedals." I wonder if that's the thing that's wrong with this
I
RV.
I don't know. I feel like these are the most gullible parents of all time. But
Yeah,
I don't
that kid
know.
can get away with anything
Yeah,
now.
can't wait till they turn the dinosaur into a bong in Toy Story 5 college years. Um, but yeah, I guess it wasn't as good as I expected it to be, but it wasn't as bad as if, say, another company would have handled an animated sequel that didn't have to exist.
Yeah,
Um,
I wasn't really expecting anything from this.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
I was kind of disappointed when they announced that there wasn't going to be a fourth one. I'm like, but they already ended it with three. Like I didn't see the necessity with a fourth movie.
yeah. Well, for me, this kind of in my mind, I kind of set this aside from like Toy Story 1 through 3. I kind of just kind
Yeah,
of see it as like a different thing, which is
yeah,
not good.
it's a new story. It's like Star Wars, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, it's like Star. It's exactly like Star Wars. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, but the ending was good, I guess.
hmm
Um,
it's like Andy's the trilogy. was with the movies 5, 6, and 7. No,
Yep.
4, 5, and 6, and then the Bonnie is the prequels.
Yeah. I guess not as bad as the prequels. Um, I don't know
Not
if,
as bad, but
yeah.
you never know, and they might turn into them.
They kind of have the
Let's hope
same
not, though.
problems, I guess,
Yeah,
fundamentally. Um, but yeah, so, you know,
yeah,
it exists. But
it
what
exists.
what would you give this movie out of DAs, which is 10?
Um, uh, I don't know. It wasn't terrible.
No.
It was decent, and I don't know. It's not like 5 worthy. It's definitely higher.
Mhm. Hey, fun
I
fact,
don't know about.
I actually I saw Child's Play right after this,
Yeah.
ironically. And I actually like Child's Play more than this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what a testament to Toy Story, huh?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like 7,
7.
I guess.
You gotta be kidding me here. You gotta be breaking my
Like,
balls. You're stealing my
uh,
ratings. I'm giving it a 7 myself.
wow.
We're just so in sync. Wow. Seems like when we
Look at
don't see
that.
the movies together, we're just kind of more in sync.
Mm,
But yeah, 7 is a good score for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too high, not too low.
Probably wouldn't watch it again, but
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is the end of the week,
It is the
and
end of the week.
it is time for our movies we saw this week, but
Yep.
on talking about, woo, yeah. So, you go first.
All right. So I saw um Green Book. Did I
Ooh,
do that already?
no, you did not.
No, I didn't. Okay. So I saw Green Book, and I gave that like a 8.5. I thought it was really
8.5.
good.
Ooh,
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Um,
let me just jump in real quick. When I saw Green Book, I saw it in theaters, and I don't know if it was a good movie or not because the whole time the movie screen was like fluctuating in
that's
brightness.
the movie. That's the movie that you saw that was fluctuating like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but
Prove
and
that.
all the other people were really old, so I just think they didn't notice. So that was a good time had by all. So yeah,
Yeah.
good shit. But keep going.
So I thought that was a pretty good movie. Good
Uh,
message. I didn't understand, like going back on it, I didn't understand why Spike Lee left because I really didn't think Black Klansman was like Best Picture worthy compared to Green Book. You know what I mean?
yeah, says the cracker.
So,
But yeah.
yeah. So, I also saw Bad Times at El Royale.
Oh, that's a good one.
I really wanted to see this in theaters when it came out, but I never got to.
Oh,
So,
I wanted to and I did.
well, good for you, Joe. We can't always get what we want. All right.
I'll mess with me. But yeah, what do you think about this one?
So I thought it was pretty well made. Like it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting story.
Yeah.
Very kind of original, I would say. I very much enjoyed it. So I
Yeah.
gave that an 8 out of 10.
Good rating. Yeah.
I also what?
I said good rating.
No. I also saw in the last one. I saw Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, that's a
Um,
good one too. Ooh,
yeah.
you're on
This is a
fire.
favorite by my dad. My dad, that's like I think that's his favorite Tarantino movie,
Really?
and I can see why. I
Uh-huh.
also very much enjoyed this movie. Um, it's like kept you on your seat a little bit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, look at that, ooh,
Yeah.
exciting. So I also enjoyed that. I also um I watched this at like 2 o'clock in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and it was good. So I gave that a 8 out of 10 as well.
Yeah. Fun fact. My dad is into Quentin Tarantino movies, but was not really into Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
But I like that movie. I liked Reservoir Dogs. That was a good movie.
yeah, it's
Um,
good.
Quentin Tarantino's first. So let's go to the movies I saw.
All
I
right,
saw 5B, a documentary about AIDS, and
fun.
It was not AIDS. It was quite entertaining. Um, I thought it
Wow.
was interesting. I didn't agree with everything the documentary was putting down, but you know,
What, like what, Joe? How
um,
so?
well, the whole people, the people who kind of controlled this, 5B thing, they thought that like nurses should just like should not be allowed to like wear gloves and shit when they handle the AIDS patients. And I feel like it shouldn't be a requirement because knowing what they knew, I don't think it should have been a requirement, but it shouldn't have. You shouldn't have forbid them from wearing gloves, especially in that day and age. I
It's
don't know.
it's kind of a necessity to wear gloves, though. It's like
Yeah,
clean to keep things sterile,
yeah.
though.
Well, they didn't want that.
That doesn't make any sense. What?
Yeah, you kind of have to see the movie. It's very complicated. I
Okay.
liked the movie. I felt like it dragged a bit at times, but overall, good documentary. I was the only one in the theater, except when a couple movie hoppers came in, and they left because they realized it was about AIDS. But yeah, good movie. I would recommend that. It's not gonna stick around for like any amount of time, but it might have a second release because it's like in a film festival or something. I don't know. 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh,
Um, Another movie I saw was Plus One, which is one of those like direct to streaming films that gets played at a theater from time to time.
mhm,
So I was like, hey, I'll watch it. They haven't done that in a while, and, and um, I came in with like no expectations because it's a direct to streaming film. You can't.
right.
And I was like, it was pretty good. It wasn't anything really special, but I thought it was funny and it was good. And yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So I guess I'll give that one a 7 out of 10, 7.5, something around there. Good movie, predictable, but that doesn't make it any less good. And the last one I saw was American Woman. Um, Again, another good movie, um, with great characters. Very complicated, but like not in a bad way. They are managed well. Um, I like this movie a lot. Um, Thought the story was realistic. Thought everything was realistic, and I just a good movie all around. But yeah, I guess I'll give that one an 8, maybe an 8.5. I don't know. But definitely an 8. So yeah, good movie. Did I see anything else? Shit. Oh yeah, Train Spotting, another great
I've heard
movie.
about that. Was it
That
good?
one, oh yeah, it's really good. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's really, really good. It's like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with a story. So yeah, that's fun.
Ooh.
Um, so yeah, really great movie, really creative. Um, Not for the faint of heart. It is extremely disturbing. I'm not disturbed by films, like at all. But this one, there's this one scene, and you probably know which one it is if you've seen it. This one really was fucked up, but yeah, it doesn't make it less of a good movie. I'll give this one a 9 out of 10. It's just such a
Whoa.
good movie. I really liked it.
Oh.
I'm
Okay, not those big ratings.
Yeah,
Dang.
gonna see they actually made a second one. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm gonna watch that. And yeah, those are the movies I saw. So
All right.
now time to sign off. So my lovely host will not be in the next episode where I
Nope.
review Child's Play, but
Still have a guess.
yeah, I guess the next one we might be together. I don't know. There's a movie called Anna that's like
I
out.
wanted to see that. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll do that one.
Yeah.
That's a wide release, but nobody's seeing it, so we can make that one whenever. And
Yeah.
Annabelle is coming out Wednesday, so I don't know. I guess we'll do that one too.
All right.
But yeah, so we'll do Anna eventually. Maybe Annabelle and Child's
Yeah.
Play might come out later tonight. I don't know. But yeah, so
Look
thank you.
forward to those.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching, and goodbye.
Yeah.